In recent years, a new field of study has emerged that looks to combine traditional indigenous knowledge and Western medicine. This approach seeks to incorporate indigenous culture and medicine and to restore balance between indigenous and Western approaches to health and wellness. The practice of traditional indigenous knowledge in medicine is centuries old and is based on a holistic approach to health that considers physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional aspects of health and well-being. This approach views health as a balance of all these elements and looks to nature for healing. Traditional medicines are derived from plants, minerals, animals, and other natural sources, and are often used in combination with Western medicines and treatments. In addition to its healing powers, traditional indigenous knowledge is also seen as a way to preserve cultural identity and promote cultural resilience. Many indigenous communities see traditional healing practices as a way to reconnect with their cultural heritage and have a greater sense of ownership and control over their health and well-being. There are a number of challenges associated with the use of traditional indigenous knowledge in medicine. One of the most significant is the lack of recognition of indigenous rights and traditional knowledge in mainstream healthcare systems. While indigenous peoples have been practicing traditional medicine and healing for centuries, it has not been widely recognized by healthcare professionals and researchers. This lack of recognition has resulted in a lack of access to traditional medicines for indigenous people and a lack of research into the efficacy of traditional medicines. In recent years, however, there has been increased recognition of indigenous rights and traditional knowledge in medicine, and greater awareness of the potential benefits of traditional medicines. There have been some efforts to incorporate traditional medicines into mainstream healthcare systems, such as the development of the First Nations Health Authority in Canada. This organization works to provide access to traditional medicines and treatments for Indigenous peoples in Canada. In addition to greater recognition of traditional medicines, there has been increased research into the efficacy of traditional medicines. Studies have shown that traditional medicines can be as effective as, or even more effective than, conventional Western medicines. As a result, traditional medicines are increasingly being used in combination with conventional Western medicines to treat a variety of conditions. The use of traditional indigenous knowledge in medicine is a growing field, and is one that has the potential to not only improve the health and well-being of indigenous peoples, but to also restore balance between indigenous and Western approaches to health and wellness. As more research is conducted into the efficacy of traditional medicines, and more recognition is given to indigenous rights and traditional knowledge in medicine, this approach is likely to continue to gain traction and become more widely accepted.